Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back. It's Argash, and I'm going to be bringing you another fast, precise, unbiased review with zero spoilers of Far Cry 5. As you guys saw in the last video, I do things a little bit differently. I'm going to go over graphics, sound, fun factor, game urge, and I'm going to go over some playthrough general and gameplay things. And at the end, I'm going to let you know if you guys should or should not buy it and why. So let's talk about graphics first. I think in this game, before we go into anything actually, always want you guys to know that I review my games based on what I think the game's going for. And I really think that Far Cry 5 is going for a visual experience to be able to be in an open world and experience what they think is a compelling story um, and to live through their character's eyes. So once again, the way I grade everything is going to be amazing, good, okay, bad, and horrible. So to start off with graphics, I would say I'm playing this game on the PS4 Pro in 4K HDR, and I think this game is absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. I would say the graphics are amazing. Um, they constantly surprise me with just about every part of the game, between the vehicles, the guns, the people, the acting, everything just looks really, really nice. So I would say the graphics are amazing. Um, on next to sound, I would say the sound is actually and unfortunately bad. It's inconsistent and glitchy, and I'm going to go over that a little bit more when I talk about the general gameplay. Um, so I would say fun factor, right? Everyone wants to know if this game is going to be fun, and I would say fun factor is good. The major missions are, I would say, very, very fun. Um, but you know what? I've played a lot of open world games, and this is a little bit tedious sometimes. Exploring can get boring fast. I've played a Far Cry before, and I've played Wildlands. This feels a little bit like Wildlands. It's kind of like Wildlands first person. And exploring, to me, sometimes I just kind of want to do the missions and experience the game. So I would say that the fun factor can be very good. I'm playing this game co-op with a friend, um, and I think we have had a lot of fun. But sometimes we're both kind of sitting there going, "This is kind of boring at times." So keep that in mind. The game urge. Again, game urge is how much you want to play the game when you can't play it if you're at work or school or whatever. I would say this is only okay. Once again, I want to play this, but I've had a lot going on this past week, and I was fine with that. I was fine with not playing it even after first starting to play it, and I'll explain why a little bit. But I would say the game urge for this game for me and my friend is just okay. So once again, no spoilers, so no worries. Um, let's talk about some playthrough general and gameplay. I'm going to go over a lot of things in this, so I hope this educates anyone that's listening and helps them decipher if they want to play this game. Um, it feels nice, but the game just isn't groundbreaking enough for me with so many games that have been coming out. It feels like Far Cry. They've revamped some things, they made some things nicer, but it is a nice, I would say, comeback. But it is not enough for me to say, "Oh my God, this is it. This is totally the best." Like I said earlier, it feels like a first-person Wildlands. I wasn't a huge fan of Wildlands. If you were, then maybe this would be something for you. You know what does feel really nice though? Um, the story, the main story progression, without giving anything away, is really nice. It's an added touch, a little bit different than most games. Um, the way you progress through the main story, I will say, um, is really good. Traveling's decent, but it can get annoying. I mean, you can get around by various different ways. Not going to go into great detail, but some of it can be fun. Some of it's just kind of annoying. I would say the gun mechanics are really good. Um, with a game like this being an FPS, you want the gun mechanics to feel good, depending on what weapon you use, and I would say that they're pretty decent. The driving's very similar the way it is to previous games, so nothing crazy there. Um, I would say something to bring up is the co-op, and I'm playing with a friend. Keep in mind, so I think single player it would be a little bit different. You can hire people, so you can do a little bit more of that with co-op. It's just you and one friend and one person to hire, and it has a major, major, major flaw. So the way they've designed this is that if I'm the host player, then everything that I do, or that me and my friend do, only gets saved on my game. Now he still gets to keep the perks he unlocks. He still gets to keep the guns he unlocks and all that stuff. But as far as completing a mission, my map looks like I've completed a whole area. If he logs on without me, his map doesn't look like that. His map looks like he has completed nothing, and that is a major flaw. To get a slightly more in depth still with not spoiling anything, the worst part about it is, he's pretty much forced to play the whole game with me, and that's because certain perk trees are, you cannot unlock unless you do something specific in the game. Although we have both done what that specific thing is, it will not let him unlock certain perks because his game has not completed that, which is absolutely stupid and a major flaw. Another thing I would say is the game has been extremely glitchy. I've heard that people have played with no glitches. Oh my god, I can't even express to you all the glitches that I have seen in this game. It is absolutely ridiculous. One time I couldn't revive him. We had to restart the game, put him back in. He's been stuck in the ground. He's gone all over the place. I can't do anything. There's been so many different little glitches that's weird. To bring back the sound, there's a huge flaw with the sound. The game is like, let's say, normal level, and then when you get in a car, it gets super, super loud. And I get it because you're in a car and it's loud, and the radio gets turned on, but it's just way louder. And I'm playing with headphones on, so you're like, holy crap! So now I have to like mess around with my headphones to try to hear my friend talk. And then when it's a cutscene, it's really low volume, and it's almost too low. And I just don't understand how there's so many different volume levels. I understand explosions are supposed to be loud, and if I hit a truck, that's loud, but there's just too many different levels of sound, especially when you're playing with someone you need to talk all the time. I'm spending half the time trying to mix the sound that way I can hear them. Really weird. And I've had another glitch where the flamethrower sound is just constantly on. I've had to restart the game, and these are just things that you'd think that they would get out. These little bugs ruin the experience. I think open world, if that's your thing, I think you would really enjoy this game. You can stick to the main missions, and that's what we've done for the most part. I think if you stick to the main missions, then you'll still really enjoy the game. I think it's overall a good revamp for the series. You get a lot of upgrades by playing. You don't have to hunt for 7 hours like the old ones. I think they've revamped that, and that's really good. Something I've heard other people complain about, and once again, no spoilers, is that the enemies, the AI, do appear out of nowhere quite a bit. It has affected me and my friend before, where it's really annoying when you're in the middle of something and all of a sudden guys come out of nowhere, and you're like, okay, that's cool, but then it happens so much, you're kind of like, it's kind of annoying. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Um, Once again, I didn't play solo player. I'm playing this whole game with a co-op, so keep that in mind. To go over a few more things, I did not PvP personally because I didn't think it would be worth it. Playing the story, I'm playing with my friend. I made the decision that I'm not going to get into PvP with this particular game. I don't think there's any longevity there. If you like PvP, then check it out. Maybe something that you like, or check out someone else's review that might be doing, a PvP review. But my review is specifically on playing with a friend co-op campaign. Overall, I think it's an extremely visually stimulating game, and I think it really shines sometimes. The gameplay overall is really good, and there's some really major story moments that I think make it stand out. So, is this game worth your investment? And truly, I think it is. If you like the series, you like open world, and you like everything that I said, then I think that you would really enjoy this game. I think the glitches hold it back a little bit, but I think those little quirky bugs, if you can get over that, I think you'll like it, and hopefully you don't experience anything that. I think if you like a more linear path, then I don't know if you would really like this game. It allows you to do it to an extent, but you do get sidetracked quite a bit. So overall, what I would say is if you like this series, and you're a Ubisoft fan like me, then I think that you should give this game a shot. If you have a really nice 4K HDR TV, then I think this game will look gorgeous on it. For $60, it is what it is. That's what every game pretty much costs nowadays, and I think that it is worth your investment if you think you're going to go into this liking it based on what I said. Now, if you are wary based on everything I said, do not buy this game now. I think that you can skip this game, not play it, and be totally satisfied with never playing it and just waiting for things like God of War and all these other really good games coming out. So you're not missing out on one of the best games of all time. The story is not so compelling that you are going to miss out on this huge, amazing thing. So I think that if you don't want to buy this, you want to save your money, I think it's an okay thing to do. And I think when this game goes on sale, then you might want to pick it up and check it out. So I really appreciate it. That sums up the review. I hope you like my take on everything and helps you make a decision whether you're going to buy this or not. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. If you liked the video, please subscribe and hit the like button. And I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.